Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to maximize your stretching because sometimes we actually don't target the tight muscles. So I came up with a good example here. So we're gonna use him then as an example. So if we have a tight hamstrings and for example the tightness appears more on the distal part of the muscle, which is more away from the center. So imagine this is not a tight muscle and that is a tight muscle. So if I stretch his full hamstring with that 90-degree angle stretch, which most of us do, or like the toe touching one, basically what we do, the tightness appears here, then we stretch. It's only that part of the muscle which basically going to stretch and not basically the tight one. So how can we fix this? So if he has a tight muscle here and I shorten this muscle there, so you want to come into a flexion, you want to put a lock just above the tight point. So what this does, so I lock it in here and I start stretching that muscle, targeting the tight point. So imagine that this wasn't the tight part, but here, so I'm putting the lock just above the tight muscle. So I'm targeting this part of the muscle which is tight. So that's a good example, not the one which is not. So again, you shorten the position, put the lock above it, and you start stretching the same way, just going into extension, and shorten again, put the lock in, and going into extension. So most of us might not have a partner to do this for us, but you can definitely do this one with a soft tissue ball in a seated position. So you would put this one over the tight muscle and keep your knee in flexion and just extend. So you should feel quite a good stretch this way, targeting the tight part of the muscle. Now, the disadvantage of this one is that you won't be able to target the proximal part of the hamstring because then you will need to start leaning forward. So that is probably the only disadvantage I could say with this soft tissue technique. But you can definitely target the lower part of the hamstrings, if not the high one, and any other body parts like the calf, if you have tightness, by going into dorsiflexion and plantar flexions. Hope this was helpful, and I see you back with another